Thousands of people marched across the Brooklyn Bridge chanting F*** Joe Biden, and then gathered near City Hall to protest vaccine mandates on Monday as Mayor Bill de Blasio's controversial new policy requiring venues to demand proof of the shot went into effect. Video posted to Twitter showed the protesters marching in a demonstration organized by a teachers group opposed to New York City's requirement that they be vaccinated against COVID-19. The city has also mandated that teachers and staff in the public schools are required to get at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine by September 27. There is no test-out option, nor are there exemptions for religious or medical reasons. Those teachers who refuse to get vaccinated would be laid off. The United Federation of Teachers, UFT, which represents the city's educators, has said it is seeking arbitration to fight the order. The arbitrator ruled late on Friday that the city must offer non-classroom assignments to teachers who aren't vaccinated because of medical and religious exemptions. Under the school system's coronavirus protocols, if there is a positive case in an elementary school classroom, students in the class will receive remote instruction while quarantining for 10 days. In middle schools and high schools, only unvaccinated students will quarantine. The mandate goes into effect as New York City public health data shows a drop in newly diagnosed cases of COVID-19. Nationwide, the pace of new COVID-19 infections is continuing to decelerate as the country starts nearing the end of the fourth wave of the pandemic. On Monday, the U.S. recorded 262,049 new cases of COVID-19, though the numbers are a cumulative total as some states do not report figures over the weekend. This means that although the overall number of cases has risen in the last month, the growth rate has significantly slowed to the lowest since early July. Nearly half of U.S. states and the District of Columbia have seen COVID infections either decline or hold steady over the last 2 weeks, a Daily Mail. Com analysis of the data shows, deaths currently are on the rise with 2,136 virus-related fatalities recorded on Monday. However, experts say that fatalities are a lagging indicator and often don't start to decline until 2 or 3 weeks after cases do. There are an estimated 15,000 New York City public school teachers who have yet to get vaccinated. In total, the Department of Education employs 148,000 staffers in city school buildings. The edict has current and retired educators upset. They came out in support of Monday's protest staged by the group Teachers for Choice. I have lived and worked in this city as a civil servant for 28 years of my life, retired teacher Amy Carroll told WPIX-TV. I should be able to make my own health decisions and make a decision that doesn't affect my employment, that doesn't affect my right to go to a restaurant, or a Broadway play, a museum. Bill Carroll, her husband who is also a retired teacher, agreed, I think what they're doing in America, they're taking away our rights about all decisions, medical decisions, we're standing here, we're letting the government take over everything, he said. Wade Willett, who recently retired as a science teacher, said he put in his retirement papers because of the mayor. I submitted my retirement on August 8 because of de Blasio, said Willett. I had COVID in March of 2020 and I recovered from it, so I felt I'm immune. I'm a science teacher and they said you're not. Other current teachers who attended the rally said getting vaccinated should be a personal choice. I came with a bunch of teachers from a school in Whitestone, Queens, said educator Alicia Morell. We're here because of the mandates, some of us are even vaccinated, but we're fighting the mandate and we don't want the children to have to be mandated for vaccines, so we're fighting for everybody, not just ourselves. Those who attended the protest held signs that read "My body, my choice." Last year's heroes, this year's unemployed, read one sign carried by a demonstrator. "I call the shots," read another sign held by a protester. The mandate, called the Key to NYC program, was announced in August but was not formally enforced until Monday, even though the latest figures show that the number of COVID-19 infections continues to drop. But business owners that serve many who are unvaccinated say that the edict will drive away customers and cause unnecessary friction with those who did not get the shot. City inspectors will fine businesses found to be flouting the rules. Those who commit a first offense will be fined $1,000. A second offense will result in a $2,000 fine. Every subsequent violation will be met with a $5,000 penalty. De Blasio said that the mandate is key to the Big Apple's return to normalcy. School started on Monday for about 1 million New York City public school students in the nation's largest experiment of in-person learning during the coronavirus pandemic. The first day of school coincided with several milestones in the city's pandemic recovery that hinge on vaccine mandates. Nearly all of the city's 300,000 employees were required to be back in their workplaces, in person, Monday as the city ended remote work. Most will either need to be vaccinated, or undergo weekly COVID-19 testing to remain in their jobs. New York City kept schools open for most of the last school year, with some students doing a mix of remote and in-person instruction, but the majority of families chose all remote learning. That choice won't be available this year, de Blasio has insisted. There are kids who have not been in a classroom in a year and a half, and they deserve better, de Blasio said on Monday. Kids need to be back in school for their mental health, their physical health, their ability to develop socially, and for so many reasons.